What's up guys, this is Adam Crossover. I'm back with another episode of What of Naruto with the legendary Silver Fox Part 8, and if you did enjoy this video, give this video a like, and if you're new to my channel and like my content, subscribe and hit the notification bell for more crossover fictions with the twist. Now let's begin this new video.
Chapter 15. The following morning, Naruto, Kira, Hinata, and Kurenai each awoke with a good morning greeting, with the three females taking separate baths and Naruto choosing to start breakfast when Tsunami stepped in and chose to assist him. After breakfast, Sasuke entered with his hair messed up and a weary expression. "What's wrong with you?" inquired Naruto. "You don't want to know," Sasuke said as he passed Naruto, both boys sensing something unusual in each other but choosing to remain silent. "I see you boys had an interesting night with your fiancés," Tsunami said with a smile. Both brothers shot up their tails, their hair standing on edge. "How did she know?" Both lads wondered at the same time. "You forget I can smell when you release your pheromones and have a little intimacy moment with your lovers," Tsunami chuckled. "You just had to give her those features," Sasuke said quietly. "Hey, I've always wanted a mother," Naruto said. "Great, how can I disagree with that reasoning when he has the history to back it up?" twitched Sasuke, his antennae twitching. When everyone began to arrive to enjoy breakfast, the females entered. Inari entered, wiping his eyes as if he didn't want to wake up. "Yawn snort, what smells so strange?" inquired Inari. Who wants waffles?" inquired Naruto, attempting to conceal the fact that Inari was detecting Sasuke's and his fragrance after an intimate night. Naruto and Sasuke headed to their separate parts of the Uchiha complex after breakfast, where they each had their own shower. They resolved to go to the Hokage Tower to tell him about the planned invasion once they were outside. "I still can't believe the Sand Village is planning something against us. I thought we had an alliance with them," Kurenai explained. "Apparently, I believe that taking down the most powerful village with the most powerful military force could earn them quite a reputation," Sasuke said. "However, I've never heard of a village wearing headbands with musical notes," Hinata said. "I have a feeling there's more to this invasion than meets the eye," Kira said. "Looking beneath the beneath is the ninja's credo. The attack is the solution, but what is the question? What is the true cause for the attack, and what are they attempting to achieve?" said Naruto, leaving everyone wondering why the attack occurred. "I'll see if I can have my team protect the Hokage," Yugo said. "I'll dispatch a hawk messenger to Zabuza and my brothers. Hopefully they've completed their mission," Haku said. "Right now, our main priority is to tell the Hokage and take the Chunin exam as if we don't know anything," Sakura said, considering their options. "We should also tell our teams, Neji's team and Ino's team," Haku said. "I assume Yugo-san, Sakura, and Haku chose Ino as a candidate," smirked Naruto. "Yep," Sasuke said, flushing. "The Hokage Tower. So the Sand has joined forces with another village to plot against us," the Hokage explained, lowering his hat over his eyes. "It would appear that all this time this was just a cover-up to bid their time to strike, but how did all of you acquire this information?" the Hokage inquired. "There was a boy in the Sand Village who was similar to Foxy-kun in that he had one of the tailed beasts sealed inside him, but the sealing was done incorrectly, warping his mind until I fixed it. The child had the Ichibi no Shukaku, and he thought it was only reasonable to repay those who had aided him and shown kindness as payment. I believe he is willing to assist us," Kira said. "Do you know with which village the Sand has formed an alliance?" "He said it was some village with a musical note on their headbands," Naruto explained. "It appears that a new village, the village hidden in the sound, has appeared. On their headpiece, they have a musical emblem. If you ask me, they appear shady enough to plot against the village," the Hokage said. "For the time being, just go about your business. I want as many Anbu as you can afford patrolling the streets during the test, Yugo. I don't want an ambush to happen in the midst of the test, and I also want you and your squad to be ready to help me if something happens. Kurenai, inform all available Jonin and Chunin to stand by in case we need to evacuate all civilian life. Naruto, Sasuke, Hinata, Kira, Sakura, and Haku, I understand that the six of you know how to handle some of your demonic chakra based on the report from the Wave mission, but I want you to tell Neji's team to assist you if anything arises in the exam so that we can summon the Canine Alliance to assist us if things get out of hand. I'm getting too old for this," the Hokage groaned, rubbing his temples. Kurenai and Yugo bowed and vanished in a flurry of flowers and foliage. The six genin began walking out the door when Sasuke returned, thrusting his head through the door. "While you're at it, add Ino Yamanaka to my list of mates," said Sasuke. "And Anko Mitarashi for my old man," Naruto added, reappearing. "Whistle, those boys work fast," the Hokage grumbled. Team 7 was walking down the street, with Haku and Sakura on their way to tell Kiba and Shino about the invasion in the Hokage's instructions. The first portion of the exam, according to the application given to them by Kakashi, would take place on the third level of the academy. When Team 7 arrived at the academy's second flight of stairs and saw a large throng of students gathered around two Chunin protecting the entry to a room labeled 305, they began ascending the stairs. Sorry, but no one is allowed to go into this room. Yes, the Chunin exams are being held here. Team 7 used their bloodlines to validate their assumptions that they were still on the second level. The four genin approached the two Chunin defending the entrance while the other genin began fighting about not going through. Look more crybabies, said one of the Chunin. Drop the genjutsu, we know we're on the second level given we only ascended 2 flights of steps. Huh, no doubt Kira was the first to notice, Sasuke observed. Ah, how did you guess? Kira said in a little girl accent. I swear that female terrifies me sometimes, shivered Sasuke. Hey, not bad for a bunch of rookies, one of the Chunin said as he performed a half ram seal, causing the sign to swirl, showing it was 205, rather than 305. This year's candidates are good, it might be fun to watch, the two Chunin said as they emerged in an unoccupied room, removing their transformation jutsu and exposing 2 older-looking jonin. It will undoubtedly make things more interesting. Naruto, Sasuke, Kira, Hinata-sama, Team 7 said as they walked up a flight of steps. It's good to see you again, Neji said as he approached his squad. Neji-Nisan, you're also competing in the Chunin exam? Grinned Hinata. Yes, Guy-sensei has nominated us, Neji smiled as Team 8 emerged, Lee with hearts in his eyes staring at Sakura. Sakura-chan, you have grown even more beautiful than I could have imagined. Will you please be my girlfriend? Lee asked, making Sakura go bug-eyed and her jaw nearly contact the floor. Sasuke, on the other hand, went bug-eyed, a vein bursting out of his skull, and exclaimed, Spandex boy. Sakura's my fiancé, Sasuke said, snarling angrily at Lee. My name is Lee, and I'd like to challenge you for Sakura's hand, Lee explained. Look, Lee, Sakura has the right to make her own decisions, I'm not going to force her to do something she doesn't want to do. Besides, Sakura is a person, not a trophy to be won, Sasuke grumbled. Fine, but I still want to prove myself against you, Lee said. Humph, only if you can defeat Naruto, Sasuke said, motioning to Naruto. Why me? Because you owe me 2 favors for visiting Ichiraku Ramen twice this week. We take shifts going into each other's favored stand, you know. Do you remember that? Lee, you know we're not allowed to, Tenten said as Lee and Naruto charged at each other. Naruto throwing a punch at Lee only to have it deflected by Lee's fingertips pointing downward as he ducked, putting all his body weight in one leg and twirling his body, stretching out his free leg. Leaf whirlwind. Naruto didn't have time to respond as Lee's strike threw him back against the wall. What a kick, muttered Naruto. Naruto was quickly beaten, which surprised Teams 7 and 8. Fine, looks like I can take you on, Sasuke said as he charged at Lee, leaping into the air and targeting a high jump kick. Lee moved out of the way as Sasuke landed on one leg, twirling his body and preparing to strike Lee in the cranium. Lee seized Sasuke's leg just before impact and threw it back as he launched a barrage of punches and kicks at Sasuke, causing him to dodge as the only option. Lee mimicked Sasuke's move by kicking Sasuke in the head as Sasuke caught Lee's leg before it made contact, only for his hand to withdraw from the power of the impact. Leaf Hurricane, yelled Lee as he withdrew his leg and sent his other leg into a spinning kick. What? Exclaimed Sasuke as he was thrown back into a wall like Naruto. Sharingan. There, now whatever jutsu or magic you're using will be detected by me, Sasuke said, his eyes turning crimson with 2 tomas in each. Ah, the infamous Sharingan, it's an honor to fight it, Lee explained. Lee and Sasuke charged until Lee vanished from Sasuke's view and was kicked in the jaw, sending him soaring upwards with Lee emerging behind him, dancing leaf shadow. That's a difficult move to master, Sasuke said as Lee's bandages wrapped around Sasuke. Thank you, Sasuke, Lee said as an odd item sped through both boys, cutting Lee's bandages and releasing Sasuke. No, don't tell me he's here, Lee thought as the item turned out to be a miniature windmill. A gigantic red tortoise emerged in a cloud of smoke, wearing a headband around its neck, saying, Lee, what do you think you're doing? You know that move is forbidden, screamed the tortoise as Lee began apologizing to the parent like a child imploring pardon, please forgive me. It's not really my place to decide, so I'll have to consult with your sensei. I understand, Lee sobbed anime style. Introducing Guy Maeda, the tortoise said as Guy appeared on top of the tortoise's back in an odd posture, are we feeling youthful? Why now? Cried Neji and Tenten. Lee, I taught you that move to be used only when the conditions were met, not to be used on a regular basis, Guy explained. I'm sorry Guy-sensei, I won't do it again, Lee sobbed, clenching his fist. That's Lee, my boy. As punishment, you'll do 200 laps around the training field, Guy said, thumbs up. I won't let you down, sensei, exclaimed Lee, his irises flashing with rage. Let those flames of youth burn brightly, Lee. In fact, I'll join you, Guy exclaimed with fury in his gaze. Guy-sensei, Lee, Guy-sensei, Lee, Guy-sensei. The two ended up with both gazing at a sunset while standing on a rock with a shoreline in front as the waves slammed into the rocks. Sniff, it always makes me cry to see two fantastic humans in their youth, the tortoise lamented. Even Kurenai-sensei can't figure out how those two perform that genjutsu when neither of them has any ability except in taijutsu, Sakura said, her sweat dripping. I'm just surprised the tortoise hasn't fused his power with both of them, Kira explained. What can I do now? Said the turtle. You can fuse your power with both of them, which could open up their chakra system, allowing them to perform ninjutsu, genjutsu, and any other jutsu, Kira explained. Really? Stammered Lee, who fantasized about performing various kinds of jutsu. But even if I did perform other jutsu, I still want to be the best taijutsu expert like Guy-sensei, exclaimed Lee, making Guy weep over his student. Very well then, I fuse my power with both of you, exclaimed the tortoise as dark green chakra filled Guy and Lee, both of whom died swiftly. When Guy and Lee opened their eyes, they appeared exactly the same as before, except Guy had leg guards and elbow guards that resembled tiny shells, as well as two small shell-like knuckle busters around his hands. Lee, on the other hand, wore knee and elbow protection like Guy but held a big turtle shell in his right hand that looked like a shield. Yes, Guy-sensei, we've gotten even younger. This is a true honor, Lee. What about these 200 laps to celebrate? Yeah. Lee and Guy both ran away, leaving a dust cloud in their path, while the others left behind were sweating profusely at the scene. I'll never understand those two, Tenten said. Moving on, there's something we need to talk about with the two of you, Naruto said. The group told Neji and Tenten about the invasion and was eager to assist, and they would ultimately notify Lee and Guy when they returned. When Team 7 and 8 arrived at the door that was the site of the first test, Kakashi, who was reading his smut, and Kurenai were obstructing the entry along with Yugo. Glad all of you can make it, said Kakashi. What are you doing here, Kakashi-sensei, Kurenai-hime, Yugo-san? Naruto inquired. Well, believe it or not, this was also part of the exam, Kurenai explained. As you can see, no ninja is permitted to complete the exam alone. Like Kakashi's team and Kurenai's team, which happens to be a 4-member group, if one of you didn't show up, then we can't let you in, stated Yugo. We've already wasted enough of your time for the 4 of you to go in, and Kurenai has already warned me about the you-know-what, Kakashi winked. Wait! Shouted a woman from behind them. Everyone whirled around to see Tsunami sprinting towards Team 7 with Ayame close behind. When the two females arrived, they were both panting and clutching their thighs. Pants, I'm glad I caught up to all of you. When I heard about the Chunin exam, I decided to ask Hokage-sama where it was so I could wish you luck, Tsunami said, giving Naruto and Sasuke a motherly embrace that made both boys flush while rubbing the back of their heads, making the females laugh. And I came here to wish Naruto good luck as well, because I know that with this exam, we'll have to postpone our date, Ayame said as Tsunami crept behind her, softly pressing her forward only to be caught by Naruto and their lips met. Both blushed as they glanced at each other, causing Kira, Kurenai, and Hinata to laugh at the situation in front of them. Well, good luck to all of you, Tsunami said as she waved at her 2 children and Ayame joined Tsunami waved at her 2 children and Ayame. Naruto-kun, good luck to you as well, Kurenai said as she kissed Naruto ardently and Yugo kissed Sasuke. Good luck to you as well Sasuke-kun, Yugo said in a sultry tone, making Kiba and Kakashi nosebleed over the scene thinking the same thing, lucky bastard. Kiba, get up, you're embarrassing us, Shino said monotonously. Oh, yes, and who are you to tell me what to do? You should be thanking me for convincing those fleas on Akamaru that you never noticed to leave him and the rest of your family alone, Shino said, pushing up his spectacles, Kiba and Akamaru staring at him with bugged eyes. Kira and Hinata kissed Naruto, while Sakura and Haku kissed Sasuke, leaving both boys perplexed. What was that for? Not that I don't mind, but we're all taking the exam together, Sasuke explained. We just wanted to kiss our mate, that's all, Haku purred, expressing what the 4 females were thinking. When Teams 7 and 8 entered the chamber, they were met with awkward looks from every ninja representing their village, including some from the Leaf Village. Does anyone else feel out of place here? Sakura asked quietly. Hinata blushed, embarrassed that everyone was looking even more intently because their features weren't concealed, and crept behind Naruto. Naruto saw this and chose to drape his tails and cloak around Hinata, making her feel a little better, with Kira next to Naruto wrapping her tails around Hinata as well. "It's good to see you again, Sasuke-kun," a feminine voice said. Ino, Shikamaru, and Choji emerged, with Ino blushing at Sasuke, Shikamaru disinterested as usual, and Choji consuming a bag of chips. "Ino, I can't believe you're here as well," exclaimed Sakura. Both females exchanged greetings as the door reopened to show Team 9 with Lee bearing his new shield on his back. "Hey weaklings, listen up. I'm the best here because I'm the top dog," exclaimed Kiba as different colorful tails crashed into him, knocking him to the ground. "That jerk probably placed all of us on everyone's kill list. What a waste," Shikamaru mused. "Fate has an odd way of doing things, but this is Kiba, after all," Neji reflected. "I take it you guys are new here, right?" said a student wearing spectacles and sporting long silver hair similar to Naruto's but lacking the blonde. Every novice looked at the newcomer, causing him to raise his palms and say, "Relax, I'm not here to pick a fight or anything. I'm just here to help you because we all represent the Leaf Village," the visitor explained, gesturing to his headband with the leaf emblem. "I recall the first time I came through those doors and how everyone stared at me. I just want to assist you because no one helped me in the first place. If you want, I can provide you with details on anyone you want. I know everything there is to know about everyone in here, including you," the visitor stated. "Let me get this straight. You approach us without telling us your name in the hopes that we won't be suspicious or think you're up to something. Then you say this isn't your first time, which makes you even more suspicious because you might try to eliminate the competition, and then you say you have information on everyone, including us, despite the fact that this is our first time. I'm curious how you got this information," Shikamaru said, crossing his arms. He was able to reach this determination so quickly. This man is a savant, as Foxy-kun correctly stated. No question he'd make a fine candidate for the Dingo clan, Kira reasoned. As anticipated, Shikamaru demonstrates his brilliance, but only slightly. "I have no question that he would make an outstanding candidate for the Canine Alliance, but which one?" pondered Naruto. His mask slipped, and I have no question Naruto and Kira are thinking the same thing I am. Shikamaru would make an outstanding contender for the Canine Alliance, Sasuke reasoned. "That's correct. I guess I forgot my manners," the newcomer said, scratching the back of his skull. "My name is Kabuto Yukushi, and this is my 7th attempt at this exam," Kabuto explained. "That still doesn't absolve you." Choji continued to consume his fries. Shikamaru and Choji were close companions, with Choji always sensing what Shikamaru was going to say next. "I see what you're saying, but at least I can inform you about the other Hamlet ninja that you have in mind. I keep all my information on these special cards that appear blank, but if I fuse a little chakra in them, it reveals a lot of information." Kabuto smiled as he took out a deck of cards. Everyone stared at each other in surprise when they heard this. With the exception of Ino, Shikamaru, and Choji, everyone nodded, leaving Team 10 wondering what the others were nodding about. "Hey Kabuto, what can you tell us about the Sand Village Ninja Gaara of the Desert and the Sound Village Ninja?" Sasuke asked, hoping to escape suspicion about their real goal. "Aw, that's no fun, you already know the name," Kabuto said, swiping his hand across the top of the deck with a card in his hand and placing it on the ground, spinning it with his finger several times and concentrating energy into it. The blank chart had an image of Gaara and a tiny graph that evaluated their talent level, but it had a question mark in the center. "Let's see, Gaara of the Desert doesn't have a lot of information. He did complete 1B ranked mission, though," Kabuto said, surprised. "Yo, dog boy!" exclaimed a girl with blonde hair, green eyes with silted irises, wearing a purple costume similar to Ino's in design, and bearing the emblem of the village hidden in the clouds, but the girl had 2 black cat ears and 2 cat tails. "Which one?" Neji questioned, with Naruto crouching down and staring at the information on Gaara but turning his head when he heard the female, Sasuke crossing his arms and standing next to Naruto, Kiba on the floor rubbing his head, and Neji standing on the opposite side of Sasuke. "I'm talking to the idiot who thinks he's the top dog, here," the cat lady explained, gesturing to Kiba. "What do you think, you cat?" hissed Kiba. "You heard me, dog," snarled the cat lady as they locked gazes so intensely that sparks flew. "Who is she?" Shino inquired of Kabuto. "Let's see," Kabuto said, duplicating his previous actions until they saw a photo of the girl. "Her name is Yugito Ni, hails from the village hidden in the clouds, daughter of the Raikage, mother unknown, has completed several C-ranked missions, and is an expert in lightning-based jutsus." It appears I don't have any information about her features," Kabuto said. Damn straight, Yugito said until she saw Naruto. Oh, sexy fox, Yugito said. Back off, kitty, said Kira, with Hinata snarling at her and displaying her fangs. Who's going to make me, you? Yugito snarled. Kira and Hinata flexed their talons as they snarled at Yugito. Yugito-sama, that's enough, exclaimed a man wearing a mask that obscured the majority of his face in gray attire, who emerged behind Yugito and also wore a hidden cloud symbol on his mask. You really should watch what you say, said a lady with long black hair tied in a ponytail who was dressed in dark blue and wore a headband around her midsection. They just want that hunk of a fox to themselves, Yugito grumbled. You slut, we were engaged to him, exclaimed Kira, stunning Yugito. This is not the moment, Yu-Gi-Oh-sama. What, after all, would your father and mother say right now if they saw you acting like this? Said the guy who was making Yugito mutter and strolled away. If we're done with theatrics, I have the information on the Sound Village, Kabuto said, holding up a tiny globe with a 3D graph depicting the amount of applicants from each village. It says it's a new village, but there's not much information about it because it's shrouded in mystery. But I don't believe we need to be concerned, Kabuto said. So he's curious about our village. Why don't we assist him? Said a samurai with bandages covering his head, revealing only his right eye, wearing a shirt that appeared too big on him because the arms passed his hands, combat boots, a black and white scarf and trousers, and what appears to be a large fur rug on his back. No one messes with our village, said his friend, who was dressed in headgear, a yellow shirt, a muscle-tight shirt underneath, black and white trousers, a scarf, and combat boots. We'll make them worry about something, said the third ninja, a female in a dirty green sleeveless blouse, long black hair that reached where her spine terminated above her butt, tied near the tip, and wearing black and white trousers, scarf, and combat boots. What exactly do you mean by, you'd most likely fail on the first strike. Dozu and I are always covering for you because you are too frail. So why don't you play with toys or something? Suggested the yellow-shirted samurai. Zaku, Kin, stop arguing, exclaimed Dozu, a bandaged ninja. The three sound ninja vanished in a mist as they zigzagged around other ninja. Kabuto glanced up and leapt back, narrowly avoiding a punch from Dozu. Not terrible. This man has quick reflexes. He's almost as quick as Naruto and me, Sasuke mused. What is this? Kabuto smirked until his spectacles shattered and he was on his knees gasping for breath. Do you like it? It's my own jutsu, Dozu explained, drawing back one of his sleeves to show an odd device with numerous holes. That's enough, you maggots, screamed a severe voice with a large puff of smoke, and several jonin emerged in front, including a man in a black leather trench coat, a man in a black shirt and trousers, and combat boots. Two big scars crossed his forehead, resembling tiny slashes like Naruto's blade wound. Sound ninja, learn to control yourselves or I'll kick you out and fail this exam before it even starts, the man said. Sorry, we were just assisting someone who was curious, Dozu explained as the guy stared at him intently. My name is Ibiki Morino, and I'm your first exam proctor. The first test is completed, and I don't want to hear any excuses from any of you, got that? Ibiki's words made everyone recoil. Everyone has been assigned a seat, so hurry up. Everyone took their places, with Naruto and Hinata sitting next to each other and Kira seated behind them. Sasuke was seated on the right side of the room, 3 seats down. Here are the rules. There are 10 questions, 9 of which you will be given, and the 10th will be explained later. Each topic is worth 1 point, and everyone starts with 10. If you are discovered manipulating, you will lose 2 points. Each incorrect query results in a 1-point penalty. If you falter, your squad will fail as well. Any questions? Ibiki inquired, glancing around. Good. As everyone started their exam, the jonin who followed Ibiki passed out the test sheets. Naruto examined his test, glancing at every question. I'm doomed, he thought, slamming his head against the counter. Why me? Cried Naruto, anime style. What do you know? I have no clue what's going on, Sasuke pondered. This guy's excellent. I'm even having trouble deciphering his real goals, Kira thought. I'm at a loss for what to do. These questions are really difficult. I believe I'll have to deceive, but I don't want to get discovered, Hinata reasoned. All these rules are difficult to follow, and it almost seems as if it's designed to make us cheat, which raises the question, why a 2-point deduction? We might as well try to cheat, Sasuke thought as he looked at the jonin sitting next to him several feet away as the jonin began writing something down. Someone got nailed. There's no question that all of this is intended to make us cheat. I just hope Foxy-kun is okay, Kira thought, gazing at Naruto as he began to worry. What should I do? What should I do? What should I do? Frightened Naruto. Naruto-kun, You can cheat on me, Hinata said quietly. Are you sure, Angelheim? Murmured Naruto, looking at her paper, recognizing that she, too, had a blank sheet of paper but was plotting something. Yes, Hinata murmured as Naruto slowly turned his eyes to Hinata's paper when a kunai whizzed by his head and settled on a random person's test seated next to Kira. You got caught, you fail, Ibiki said as the individual and his squad stood up and exited the room. Naruto was sweating profusely until he recalled Hinata. It's okay Hinata-heim, I don't want to get you in trouble for my mistake, Naruto said quietly, making Hinata blush. It's not fair, I, too, want to be with them, they're my friends, thought Kira. I have no option but to be cautious, Naruto reasoned. The only option I have, Sasuke pondered. I don't want to do it, but I have to, Hinata reasoned. Almost done, just a few more, but I'm going to need some assistance, Kira thought. Sharingan, Sasuke thought, staring at the individual in front of him. I'll just imitate the movement of his pen, Sasuke thought. Bingo, I won the lottery with this man. Byakugan, Hinata and Neji thought, looking straight through the individual in front of them who was copying their responses. Ryugan, Naruto thought, seeing right through the individual in front of him and imitating the movement of the pencil. Kira was duplicating Naruto's words as he jotted them down. Tenten was writing her responses with several piano wires connected to her fingertips, displaying several mirrors above the roof, while Lee adjusted his headband to indicate Tenten to halt. Ino looked around while conducting her family jutsu, directing her thoughts to Sakura. I'll have to remember to apologize later on, Ino thought as she began memorizing Sakura's responses. About time Ino used that jutsu to assist, Shikamaru reasoned. Haku used her ice mirrors similarly to Tenten, but she used a smaller mirror because she could see what the second mirror above the ceiling looked like through the one she had in her palm. Kiba relied on Akamaru to peer above his head and give him information, while Shino used his bugs to spy on others. May I use the restroom? Kankuro inquired. Huh, those Jonin never noted one additional Jonin dressed as Crow, said a Jonin as he tied him up and sent him to the toilet. All I have to do now is copy down the answers and deliver them to Temari, Kankuro thought as he entered the restroom. Gaara compressed his sand to create a third eye, blinding the person as he saw the responses. Remember Gaara-kun, you'll have to switch people for each question to avoid suspicion, Shizuka's voice inside Gaara's mind said. Thank you Shizuka, Gaara thought as she heard Shizuka laugh. Where is Kankuro with those answers? Temari wondered. Number 89 fail, one Jonin said. Failure number 25. Number 62 is a failure. The Jonin called out a student's number one by one, signaling the conclusion of the exam for some. Ibiki checked the time on the timepiece to see how much time they had left. Listen up, it's time to introduce the 10th and final question, Ibiki said as everyone paused to pay attention. Ah, how nice of you to join us, Ibiki said as Kankuro left the restroom with his crow dressed as a Jonin. We were just about to discuss the 10th and final question, Ibiki explained, as Kankuro walked back to his seat, dropping a small piece of paper near Temari's arm that no one observed. Temari grabbed the paper and began rapidly writing down the responses. Before I ask the 10th question, there are some additional rules that you must follow right now. You have the option of answering the query or not. If you choose not to take it, you and your squad will fail and will have to attempt again next year. If you take it, you have a 50-50 chance of passing. If you don't, you and your squad will fail. Permanently. That is, you will never be able to take the Chunin exams again, Ibiki explained, causing the rest of the class perspiration from the heat. You can't do that, exclaimed one samurai. On the contrary, I am capable. So, if you want to escape, now is your opportunity, Ibiki explained. Several ninja lifted their hands and walked out of the room with their squad. So, if we depart now, I still have a chance next year, but if I miss the 10th question, I might never become Hokage, Naruto reflected, sweating. Foxy-kun, no matter what choice you make, I'll stick by you, Kira thought to Naruto. Naruto-kun, I'm sure you're concerned right now. I can't bear seeing you like this, Hinata thought. He just placed a lot of strain on us. By the appearance of it, I'd say Naruto is about to capitulate, Sasuke reasoned. When Hinata couldn't bear seeing Naruto suffer, she gently lifted her hand when she saw Naruto raise his hands. Naruto's hand was lifted, surprising Team 7, 8, 9, and 10, as well as the Sand Brothers. Hey old man, Naruto said as he stood up, motioning his palm forward and slamming it into the counter. If you think that kind of talk is going to scare us, you're dead wrong. Even if I fail, I will become a Hokage in some way. Come on, I'll never give up. Come on, old man. Believe it, shouted Naruto as he sat back down and raised his feet. Everyone in the room was staring at Naruto. That child is something else, Gaara smirked. Foxy-kun, you make me so pleased, Kira thought. Hey, you crazy fox, Sasuke muttered. Naruto-kun, Hinata exclaimed as he looked at Naruto. Hey, that brief outcry appears to have given the others some courage. I'd expect nothing less from the world's most unreliable samurai, Ibiki reasoned. Let's see, there's not much left, appears like that's it. Ibiki glanced around at the other Jonin, who were all nodding. Well, to all of you who have stayed I only have one thing to say. Said Ibiki with everyone on the verge of his or her seat, said Ibiki. You pass, Ibiki said with a smile, causing Naruto to fall from his perch. What the heck does that mean? Screamed Naruto as he stood up and pointed at Ibiki. Hey shrimp, sit down, an unknown samurai said. Naruto's ear twitched and a vein appeared. I'm not a shrimp, screamed Naruto as he charged at the individual, only to be stopped by Neji and Sasuke. Alright, Naruto, let's go. Time to calm down, Naruto, Sasuke said as he and Neji pulled Naruto to the restroom. Easy to say, both of you are bigger than me, exclaimed Naruto. I have an excuse, Neji explained, putting it on the evil chakra. As an audible splash was heard, both guys dragged Naruto into the restroom. Alright, he cooled down, Neji said, clapping his palms clean, with Sasuke imitating his movements, causing everyone in the room, including Ibiki, sweat. When one of Naruto's tails sparked with a tiny blue flame on the tip, he exclaimed, Foxfire. The tiny spark enveloped him, quickly drying his clothes and hair, while Naruto grumbled, could have at least used the warm water. Is there ever a dull moment with you? Ibiki struggled to hold back her laughter. However, to answer your question, there was never a 10th question. You see, there will come a moment when you will be faced with a difficult task in which you will not know the number of enemies or their capabilities, the strength and vulnerabilities of the enemy's organization, or whether one of your allies will survive. Also, Ibiki was interrupted by an object that crashed through the window and began to unfold itself, revealing a woman inside with purple hair tied into a pineapple-shaped hairstyle like Shikamaru, was wearing a khaki trench coat with a full-body fishnet shirt that if she removed the trench coat, everyone would see her goodies, and a short orange miniskirt. The big item turned out to be a flag with the words, Anko Mitarashi, second proctor of the Chunin exam, on it. Listen and listen good maggots. My name is Anko Mitarashi, the second proctor of the exam, Anko said, astonished to see so many pupils in the room. Hey, Ibiki, you're losing touch, there's still a lot of them. No, you're simply too early, yet again. I swear you and Kakashi should rub off on each other to balance the two of you, Ibiki said, pressing back on the banner, making Anko sweat and laugh uncomfortably. Besides, I'm not losing my sense, it appears that we have a better crop of contenders this year. I still think you're losing your touch, Anko said to everyone. Listen, Anko, if you want to talk about it, we can take it outside. Oh, please, don't act like you can defeat me. I also have a hidden tool. And what exactly would that be? Oh, I'm not sure, Anko grinned, probably something to do with a certain object in a certain scroll covalently located in a certain pocket. Leave Mr. Button-Nose out of it, Ibiki said quietly, making Anko snigger. Or do you want me to tell a certain someone in here about certain feelings for him? Ibiki asked evilly, causing Anko to spin around and notice the object of her long affection seated in his chair. When both proctors were stopped, Anko and Ibiki simply hissed at each other. Oi, can we finish this exam today? Tamari asked, frustrated by the squabble. It's almost like reliving my fight with Kankuro. Truce, Anko and Ibiki said as they shook hands. For the time being, both Ibiki and Anko reasoned. Meet me in Training Ground 44, also known as the Forest of Death. Everyone was about to depart when Naruto grabbed Anko's hand, slightly startling her. After everyone had gone, Naruto smiled at Anko, making her flush. It's been a while, Anko-san, Naruto said. How are you feeling? Anko inquired, flushing. Excellent, especially now that I have special people who care about me and my friends. I'm happy for you, Naruto-kun, Anko said, a little disappointed. You know, Anko-san, I'm supposed to be married to more than 4 girls, with Ayame-chan being the candidate for the 4th, Naruto explained as he noticed Anko looking dejected. However, I did say more than 4, which means I can have 5. Anko stared at him, puzzled, as he re-grabbed her hand and placed his free palm on top of hers. I guess what I'm saying is, Anko-san, all of my mates have agreed to have you as one of my mates if you want to. Naruto blushed. Anko stared at Naruto with tears in her eyes as she embraced him and kissed him passionately until Naruto traveled down her neck, softly biting her and engulfing her in a light purple flame. Anko was standing there with 2 purple fox ears on top of her head and 2 purple fox tails with khaki ends when the flame extinguished. Anko kissed Naruto ardently once more when they both gazed at each other, Anko crying tears of delight. "Thank you, Naruto Koi." Anko and Naruto strolled outside to find Team 7, 8, 9, 10, and the Sand siblings waiting for them. "Congratulations Anko-san," Sasuke said as everyone clapped. I was thinking of naming our little group the Rookie 14 because 14 of us are rookies, and Gaara's team can be the Sand siblings because they're all related," said Ino as they walked to Training Ground 44 with Naruto and Gaara explaining the invasion to Anko. "So this hidden sound village collaborated with the Sand village to ambush us during the Chunin exam, correct?" "That's the gist of it," Naruto said. "The Rookie 14 and the Sand siblings were making their way towards the Forest of Death, and Anko was rapidly concealing her new characteristics with a genjutsu. Because we haven't heard anything from our end, we don't know when it will occur," Gaara said. "What a drag. First we have these Chunin exams, and then we have to worry about some invasion. How troublesome," Shikamaru observed the clouds. "Do you know who started the hidden sound village?" Anko inquired. "No, all we know is that there is a spy among your ranks looking for flaws or gaps in your security in order to carry out the infiltration successfully," Gaara explained. "At least you three are on our side," Ino said, beaming. "However, we should remain vigilant. I have a bad feeling something bad is going to happen," Sasuke predicted. "The spy would have to have a lot of information, so there are a lot of suspects, but the main one is that Kabuto guy who approached us. He stated that he has information on all of us and that this was his 7th time taking the test, which could imply that he was looking for a pattern in the test to determine how powerful a person is in order to determine how much a danger he or she truly is. It could also mean finding the best moment and location to strike." "So troublesome," murmured Shikamaru, as everyone was taken aback by his quick assessment and conclusion. Everyone who had completed the first part of the exam made it to Training Ground 44. Everyone looked at the big group, not because they took a long time, but for a different reason, "You've got to be kidding me," Naruto exclaimed as he heard a disturbance behind the group and turned around to see a square-shaped boulder. "That is without a doubt the worst costume I've ever seen." Naruto bolted from the group, everyone looking at him as if he were insane, the square boulder chasing him. "Konohamaru, that is without a doubt the worst costume I've ever seen." "You got me, boss, that's why you're my rival," Konohamaru said from within the square cage. Boom! A huge detonation with 3 distinct colored smokes erupted from the square box. When the smoke cleared, Konohamaru appeared with 2 other children. A girl with orange hair knotted in 2 pigtails that stood up, wearing a pink shirt with a red vest and khaki baggy shorts, and a boy with spectacles, bowl-shaped hair trimmed like Lee and Guy, a long-sleeve blue shirt, and khaki baggy shorts. The 3 children were wheezing loudly, causing everyone around them to perspire. "Cough, I think we used a lot of gunpowder," Konohamaru coughed and gulped. Could someone please explain?" Anko inquired. "Oh right," Konohamaru said as he and his pals struck an odd pose. "I am Konohamaru. Moegi, as well as Udon, and we're going to..." "Embarrassing," Naruto interrupted, forcing the 3 youngsters to admit culpability. 2 shadows passed by, causing several genin to flinch at the mysterious items. When both shadows charged at each other like they were about to collide, one passed Kin, nearly causing her to shriek, and the other passed Tamari, nearly causing her to fall. "I feel danger," both shadows exclaimed as they charged directly at Naruto. "Oniichan," exclaimed the silhouettes, who were actually Hanabi and Inari, as they grappled Naruto to the ground with both of them purring. "Onichan," Hanabi exclaimed joyfully, "we got you." "Yeah, we really got you, Naruto-Nisan," Inari chuckled. Look at all the flying ramen," Naruto said, his irises swirling in little bowls of ramen with wings encircling his cranium. With a bored expression on her face, Anko raised Inari and Hanabi by their blouses to her eye level. Anko continued gazing at them when she exclaimed, "They re adorable," except for Yugito, Hinata, and Kira in the group who passed desiring to brush Inari's and Hanabi's tail and ears. Anko hugged Inari and Hanabi along with every kunoichi. "Lucky idiot," Konohamaru mused, his perspiration dripping. Typical females wishing to touch something fluffy, Zaku and Dozu thought as they observed Kin stroke one of the fluffy tails. Must resist urge to touch fluffy fur ball tail, mentally grunted Yugito, attempting with all her might to join the other females. Anko recalled what she wanted to ask after all the females had finished touching Inari and Hanabi's ears and tails. "So why are the 5 of you here?" "Iruka-sensei told us to come here to interview some of the Chunin exam ninja," Udon explained. "Now that you mention it, Old Man Hokage did mention something about an interview for the Academy newspaper," Anko chuckled nervously, scratching the back of her skull, causing everyone to sweat. You really know how to pick them, Naruto, Sasuke commented. We're going to take a 15-minute break. Everyone who has an interview scheduled, make sure you show up, Anko said to everyone. Poof, Yugito-chan, exclaimed a lady waving at Yugito, making her wide-eyed. The Hokage featured alongside two others. The second individual was a man in his 30s with blonde hair and green eyes, clad in the same robe as the Hokage but with lightning bolts near the bottom and the kanji for lightning on his triangular headgear. The third individual was a female with long black hair who wore a white kimono with a dark purple panther pattern all around it, had pale complexion and purple eyes. Her irises had dilated pupils, and she had 2 black cat ears and 2 black tails, which was unusual. Yugito-chan, how's my favorite little kitten? Inquired the mysterious lady as she hugged Yugito. Mom. Allow me to go. It's humiliating. Don't be silly, nobody knows you here unless you like someone, which I doubt given your high standards. What? You mean you have a crush on someone? Dear, it appears that our little cat has finally selected someone she has an infatuation on. Sniff. She even got in heat, but it was short-lived, the lady explained. Mother. I told you to back off, Yugito said, attempting to shove her mother away. Oh, kitten, who's there? It has nothing to do with your business. Yugito-ni, you'd do well not to raise your voice at me, the lady said, causing Yugito recoil. Yes, mommy. Now, darling, it's not her fault she's this way. After all, we were like that too, the guy said. Who are these two, Lord Hokage? Anko inquired. Where have my manners gone? This is the Raikage and his wife, everyone. Nakoka Kuroi. It's been a while, Kira smiled. I'm Kira Yoko. It's great to see you, Kuroi smirked, drawing everyone's attention to the two females. I see Shizuka is also here, but the poor dear must be shy to come out, Kuroi observed as he gazed at Gaara. Hey, mind if we ask you a few questions? Everyone asked, looking at the two females. Konohamaru and the other academy students jolted the ninja awake, with the majority of the kunoichi flocking to Inari and Hanabi to be questioned, confusing all the ninja around them. So, how do the two of you know each other? Inquired the Raikage quietly. The Kyuubi no Kitsune, Kira Yoko, the Nekomata no Nibi, Kuroi Nakoka. Not to mention our good friend the Ichibi no Shukaku. It cannot be. The fabled tailed beasts have arrived. I assumed it was just a story, and that the Kyuubi was the only one, Kiba reasoned. How can you just stand there all calm after hearing 3 legendary tailed beasts are right in front of you? Kiba asked, turning his head. To be honest, I expected it because of the blonde cat girl. Whenever we're around them, there's always something that surprises me, like turning a page in a good book, Shino said, forcing Kiba to admit his mistake. At least a CT like your surprise. He has a point there, Ino said. Choji was just sitting there eating potato chips, as if he were viewing a movie, with Shikamaru laying down on the grass gazing at the sky. Do you know this person, Mom? Of course, kitten, she's an old friend of mine, though I recall her being considerably taller. Kira immediately regained her calm. I was sealed and you know it, so she's your kit, then? Kira inquired. Yes, I fell in love with a human and made sweet love, which resulted in the birth of my little kitten here, Kuroi said, embracing Yugito. Mom. Okay, they get it, Yugito objected. The Raikage drew his cap over his face to conceal his blush from his wife's remark. She looks like her father, but acts more like me, Kuroi joked. She really has your personality, Kira said, too bad she didn't inherit your brain. Kuroi then turned to face Naruto, who was standing behind Kira, and said, Oh, my, I see you found a mate. Mates, in fact. Kira-chan, I had no idea you had more than one, Kuroi said. It's mostly me and the other half vixens who share Naruto-kun, but I adore all of them, Kira flushed as she hugged Naruto. Get your hands off, vixen. Is this the person you deemed worthy of your high standards, Yu-Gi-Oh-chan? Inquired Kuroi. You know Yugito-chan, you should learn to get along with other people, Yugito winced, not knowing what to do. You'd be surprised at how much you share with others. Kira and I, for example, are both extremely picky when it comes to selecting partners, just like you. In reality, Kira and I consider ourselves sisters because we behave similarly, which is why fighting against her to determine our position was difficult. You even act like her at times, Kuroi observed. So the Raikage is also considered a half-demon, but without the features, huh? Sakura asked. Well, I can't die of old age if that's what you mean, the Raikage replied. Do we not all forget something? Shikamaru observed the sky. When he realized that they had all forgotten, everyone turned to face him. Sigh. I'm talking about how we suspect this Kabuto Yukushi guy. or whatever his name is, of being a spy among our ranks. Yukushi Kabuto? The moniker sounds familiar, but I'll check into it. Meanwhile, just do as I say and take the test as if you know nothing, said the Hokage. Hokage-sama, if you want, I'll lend you a hand, the Raikage said. Thank you very much, Raikage-sama. Well, we have to leave now. We just wanted to see how you were doing. Later, pet, Kuroi said as the Raikage and Hokage left the area. Konohamaru and the others questioned various ninja, with the majority of the females asking Inari or Hanabi if they would brush their tails again. After the interviews were completed, Konohamaru and the others departed, leaving many dejected kunoichi yearning to stroke the fluffy tails and ears once more. Moving on, here's how the second exam goes. First, each of you will receive a scroll. One white with the characters for heaven, or one blue with the kanji for earth. Each squad must acquire both scrolls and proceed to the structure in the center. Explained Anko, pulling out a map and displaying it to everyone. In order for me to pass, there is also a 5-day time restriction. If you haven't acquired the scroll by then you immediately fail. You also cannot open either paper before entering the castle. If you do, you will fail. Also, hostile ninja will not be your only adversary here. Other animals and predators will track you down, Anko said as a gigantic centipede ascended to the summit of a tree, turning everyone pale. Now the only thing left to do is... Anko paused, causing everyone to worry. Pass out these legal statements that we are not responsible for anyone's death. Anko innocently smiled, causing everyone's face to fall after hearing what she said. Don't you think that's what you should have done in the first place, Anko-san? Said Naruto. But I like surprising people, especially my new lover, Anko said as he vanished in a puff of smoke and resurfaced behind Naruto. Besides, I like it when you call me Ankoheim, Anko said quietly. If I do that, many people will think you're assisting me in cheating. Besides, if I call you that, some of the males here might try to get rid of me first in order to get you. Naruto teased as both of them felt a strong killer intent. Both turned to see a female grass ninja with a long mouth clutching a kunai. Please excuse me, but you appear to have dropped this from your sleeve. Thank you, grass ninja, but next time, don't release as much killer intent, Anko said with a fake grin. Who is this individual? And that mouth thing is terrifying. She smells like snakes, something tells me she's deadly, Naruto pondered. I'm just really excited about this part of the exam, the grass ninja explained, repressing the killer intent. Everyone form a line. Turn in the form once you've finished marking it, and we'll give you your tablet. The teams filed in one by one, each receiving a scroll behind a barrier. When it was Team 7, they were given a heaven scroll and the entry portal number. A Jonin Proctor appeared, pulling out a key, opening the barrier, and removing a watch. On my signal, the test begins. Ready, Anko said, glancing at her watch and raising her palm. Go. The gates flew open, and all of the teams dashed through the dense woodland, facing uncertain peril. Remember, only go after our target, said the previous grass assassin. Right, her colleagues exclaimed. Oh man, this is creepy, I need a snack, Choji said, unlocking his knapsack and pulling out a package of potato chips. Oh, the barbecue. How are you going to consume now? We've only just begun the exam, exclaimed Ino. Such a pain. Slow down, Lee, exclaimed Tenten, who was standing next to Neji and watching Lee leap from tree to tree. I can't get Tenten to stop. I'm getting an adrenaline rush just being here, exclaimed Lee joyfully. How can you have an adrenaline rush when you're already on a 24-hour adrenaline rush? Tenten raged. Yeah. I like this part of the exam, exclaimed Kiba. Kiba, if you keep being loud, someone will ambush us, Sakura warned. Then we'll just beat the hell out of them. Bark, insignificant, Shino said. I agree, Haku said. So, Gaara, what's the plan? Kankuro inquired. We search for the other scroll and proceed to the tower. Kankuro, you really need to learn to pay heed, Gaara said. Wow, I never thought I'd see the day when Gaara didn't want to kill and made a funny at the same time, Tamari exclaimed, making Kankuro sweat. First it was Tamari, and now it's Gaara. At the very least, I prefer this Gaara, Kankuro reasoned. Giggle, Gaara-kun, you're hilarious. If you don't mind, I'd like to speak with you when you arrive. You don't have to rush, Shizuka said. As you wish, Gaara replied, leaving Tamari and Kankuro puzzled. We need to be cautious in here. We don't know what we'll come across, Naruto said. If it's an enemy, hopefully we'll get lucky and get the Earth Scroll, Sasuke said. In any case, we have to be on guard all the time in here. The best solution is for one of us to stand guard whenever we rest, Kira explained. I see a clearing ahead where we can rest, Hinata said. The four landed in the meadow dumping their possessions, so, any ideas in case we split up and some enemy ninja tries to disguise themselves as us? Naruto inquired. Transformation jutsus doesn't show a person's specific aspect, and unleash our chakra, Kira said, referring to their demonic chakra and bloodline. Growl. Everyone's stomachs began to rumble with hunger, and everyone blushed with shame. Now that that's settled, I'm going to see if I can find something to eat. Naruto dashed off. Naruto later returned, saying, "Hey guys." When the rest of Team 7 charged at him, Hinata fired a water arrow at him, forcing him to evade. What was that for? Wondered Sasuke, Kira, and Hinata as Naruto's robe scattered a little. Stop the act, you imposter, you've been caught. We know you're not the real Naruto, Sasuke said. What do you think we are, stupid? Foxy-kun isn't left-handed, Kira explained. And you forgot to do his tails and swords when you opened your cloak, Hinata said. Tell us where Naruto is, and we'll let you go, Sasuke said as he pulled out 2 kunai. The imposter grumbled and transformed back into a samurai wearing yellow spandex with black mitts and boots, a breathing mask, spectacles, and a hidden rain village headband. I didn't think you'd catch on so quickly, said the rain samurai. Naruto is like a family to us, so simple little tricks like that won't help you, Sasuke said as he led Kira forward. You'll have to better than that. Kira leapt into the air, launching 4 kunai from her cloak, and the rain ninja bounded back, dodging the kunai. With pleasure, said Sasuke, sneaking up behind the rain ninja and driving a kunai into his spine. Right back at you, said the ninja as he dissolved into a puff of vapor. What? Sasuke's cloak's tails flew out, catching the rain ninja's thigh. Sasuke turned his body, launching the rain ninja into a tree, causing a medium-sized hole to form. When Kira leapt on top of Sasuke's back, Sasuke crossed his hands outwardly, and Kira put her foot on Sasuke's crossed hands, and propelled herself straight at the rain ninja twirling in mid-air, delivering a powerful kick in the rain ninja's stomach. The hole in the tree widened, causing the rain ninja to groan in agony. Hinata-chan. Now. Hinata did some hand seals and drew back on her bowstring even more, increasing the size of the water projectile, water style, water vortex arrow. Hinata fired her arrow into the air, transforming it into a strong water current that slammed the rain ninja back into the tree until it completely pierced the thick tree bark. When the actual rain ninja appeared from the earth and locked kunai with Sasuke, the rain ninja puffed out of existence. Sasuke shoved the rain ninja back as he fled in the direction Naruto was going. When Sasuke observed a big silver mass fighting on the woodland floor, he realized it was Naruto who was tied and gagged. Damn coward pulled a cheap shot, exclaimed Sasuke as he hurled 1 kunai at Naruto's cords, releasing him. Naruto charged at the rain ninja, while Sasuke fired a salvo of shuriken and kunai at him. The rain ninja dodged the onslaught and locked blades with Sasuke again until he kicked him in the stomach, launching him to the woodland floor with a kunai close behind. Sasuke landed on a massive root and swiftly sought cover behind it, the kunai embedded in the root. When Sasuke spotted a burning paper connected to the handle of the kunai, he exclaimed, "A paper bomb?" Boom! Sasuke had managed to avoid the complete detonation and was sliding across the ground as a result of the impact when he spotted Naruto launching a kunai at the rain ninja, which he easily blocked and was going directly for Sasuke. Focus my chakra and... Sasuke descended to the ground, extending his right foot outward, and the kunai hovered above his foot like a magnetic field, launching the kunai once more towards the rain ninja. Impossible! Exclaimed Sasuke as he released a tiny portion of his weight seals, which flew past his own kunai and brought him face to face with the rain ninja. Not enough time to respond, mentally grunted the rain ninja as he fell on a tree limb. As Sasuke dissolved into a puff of smoke with the kunai, he fired directly behind him, piercing the rain ninja below the rib cage. Kira Heim. Hinata Heim. Keep an eye out for his comrades. No, I came alone, and that was a mistake, the rain ninja grumbled as he raced from tree limb to tree branch. We couldn't get his scroll, Hinata explained. He probably didn't have it, Kira muttered. I can't believe I was knocked out by a swarm of clones dogpiling on me, Naruto exclaimed. Didn't you pick up on their scent? Sasuke inquired. He used the clones to distract me until the original used some kind of earth jutsu and grabbed my legs while his clones did that, Naruto explained. He also used it on us, Hinata added. For the time being, why don't we stick together and get something to eat? Suggested Naruto. How did you learn that jutsu, Hinata-chan? Kira inquired. Zabuza gave me a scroll on some water-based jutsus while we were training in Wave. So I came up with a method to merge them with my water arrows, Hinata smiled. Angelheim, you're so cool, exclaimed Naruto as he and Kira hugged Hinata. Team 7 kept walking until they heard activity behind them. They immediately whirled around and were met with a massive serpent striking down on them. Team 7 scattered swiftly, with a snake trailing Naruto. When Sasuke heard footfall nearing him, he swiftly unsheathed his sword and saw Hinata with her water bow poised to strike. You'd know what to do if you're the real Hinata. The same is true for you. With two black tomas, Sasuke's eyes went red, and Hinata had veins appear next to her eyes, indicating that they had awakened their lineages. That's one part, Sasuke said as he was enveloped in a dark inferno, unleashing his demonic chakra. Hinata triggered hers as well, becoming enveloped in a midnight blue blaze. You are the genuine Sasuke-kun, and the genuine Hinata. Both Sasuke and Hinata lay their guns down. Kira leapt down, only to be met by Sasuke and Hinata, who were preparing to attack. Wait, that's my watch. Kira's eyes became a dazzling gold color, with 2 silver tomas and 2 silver triangles near the pupil. Kira then triggered her evil chakra, which was consumed in a crimson-red blaze. That's 3, now all we need is Naruto, Sasuke said. Naruto reappeared, and everyone was aiming their guns at him. You know what to do if you're the true Naruto, Sasuke said. Come on, Sasuke, it's really me, Naruto said. With Hinata and Kira poised to attack, Sasuke remained silent. All right, then. Naruto concentrated his chakra, unleashing his blue chakra, because you don't believe me. You're even worse than the other guy, Hinata said as she fired her arrow with Naruto dodging in an odd fashion. We knew someone was bound to overhear our conversation, so I devised a trap, Kira explained. Transformation jutsu can't copy our bloodlines because Naruto has a bloodline, and it can't copy the color of our chakra because it's a different color, Sasuke explained. Ha, 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 very good, but the fact that you discovered I'm an enemy only makes you more of my prey, said the false Naruto, puffing out of existence and exposing the grass ninja from before. Is this what you're looking for? Asked the grass ninja, pulling out an earth tablet. There, now only one of us will have both scrolls, and the other will be dead, exclaimed the grass ninja, wrapping her mouth around the paper and swallowing it whole. When they realized the grass ninja was standing there evilly cackling, Sasuke, Hinata, and Kira were horrified. Ha, 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 let's start with our lives on the line, exclaimed the grass ninja, unleashing a large killing intent that caused Team 7 to see visions of their own deaths in various ways. Hinata, Kira, and Sasuke fell to their knees, gasping for breath and quivering in terror. Prey is so easy to corner, like a snake poised to strike for the kill. Wait, this is the same as last time. This sensation, these pictures, are exactly as Hokage-sama described, Sasuke pondered. Flashback. If my suspicions are correct, Orochimaru wasn't the only one who disturbed you and ruined Naruto's life. He could also have killed Sasuke's family. Now that I realize he's the only one who has ever perfected that jutsu that Sasuke described. Flashback comes to an end. So that must imply, while the grass ninja steadily walked towards them, Sasuke's body was paralyzed with terror, with pictures of what he saw fresh in his memory. Deeper section of the forest, this thing won't let up, will it? Thought Naruto as he turned around to notice the serpent had vanished and settled on a tree root. Did it give up? Or did I stroll right into a trap? Wondered Naruto. The serpent reappeared, coiling itself around Naruto and opening its massive jaws to devour him whole. Back with the rest of Team 7, all right, move, we must advance or perish, mentally screamed Sasuke. Ha, 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 do you mean killer intent? I've seen worse, Kira smirked evilly as she stood up, still trembling. Now witness a true killer intent. Kira concentrated all of her demonic energy around her, creating the shape of a fox and making it difficult for Sasuke and Hinata to breathe. You have such strength, it'll be fun to challenge you. I see, so that girl unleashed a large quantity of chakra with her own killing intent as a diversion and swiftly carried the other two, said the grass ninja, tossing 3 kunai only to strike 3 logs where Sasuke, Kira, and Hinata were situated. This should be intriguing, the grass ninja mused, savoring her lips. Within the snake, hey you overgrown wallet, let me out, yelled Naruto as the serpent slept comfortably while digesting its meal. Fine, if you won't let me out, I'll force my way out, Naruto said, crossing his hands, shadow clone jutsu. Because it was overstuffed, the serpent rapidly blew up like a balloon and detonated. The shadow clones were groaning and complaining about the snake guts on them and rapidly scattered, with Naruto using his sensitive nostrils to track down his comrades. I picked up the fragrance, but I also detect a 4th one, he said. Looks like they're in trouble, I'd best jump in. A deeper section of the woodland. Kira, Sasuke, and Hinata were panting as they attempted to recoup from their astonishment. I didn't know you could do that, Kira, said Sasuke. I could only do it for a couple of seconds because I don't have much until Foxy-kun and I unlock more tails, Then I can overpower that killer intent, moaned Kira. In any case, you saved us, Hinata grumbled. Hey, well, I couldn't let anyone hurt my mate, Kira said, kissing Hinata on the lips quickly. Save the romantic stuff for later, we'll need to keep moving before she catches up with us, a worried Sasuke said. I agree, let's get out of here, Kira said. Damn, if only I were bigger. When a huge shadow emerged behind them, the three of them turned around to see a massive serpent diving its head directly at them. Kira, Sasuke, and Hinata scattered swiftly, with the snake pursuing Sasuke. No, said Sasuke, remembering the grass ninja's irises and how they resembled each other. Get away, yelled Sasuke, hurling kunai and shuriken at the serpent as it opened its maw, ripping its internal organs as it died. While gazing down at the snake, Sasuke landed on a tree limb, panting. As the grass ninja emerged from the snake's skin, Sasuke went wide-eyed. Very good, a prey must always be on its guard, even after it ran away from the predator because the predator could chase it, said the grass ninja as she coiled herself around a tree branch like a snake charging toward Sasuke. When a flame came between them, the grass ninja was only inches away from Sasuke. Hey, the bizarre serpent woman, get away from my brother, yelled Naruto while holding Blaze and activating his Ryugen and unleashing his silver energy. You harmed my friends and my brother. You are now dead. Naruto charged the grass ninja from his tree limb. To be continued.
That's it for this podcast. Thanks for listening to this video. If you did enjoy this part of the story, like, share, and subscribe for more. And thank you all for help and support, and have a great day.